Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Griefdrums, and welcome back to another video of Top 3 Tips of the Week. As the name suggests, this is a video series in which I break down 3 tips each week to hopefully help assist you in your game. If you want to get involved, please submit all of your tips and tricks to my Discord. Include pictures, videos, anything you have, and hopefully it'll make it into a future episode. The link will be down in the description below.
But for today, we're going to jump straight on over to the map Bank, where I'm going to show you how to counter the spawn peaks from the back alley. Now, as we all know, this back alley area is prevalent, certainly in casual and a little bit more so in ranked, that people will run out. They will come running out of this area here into the back alley and just absolutely spray you all down. So it's a really risky place to spawn. The upstairs is no different. Defenders very often come running out of this just here onto the balcony and will just spray. So as a result, a lot of people, the way they try and counter this when they spawn here is by lying down really close to this wall, trying to return fire for anyone, and then jumping up the ladder because they don't really want to push around towards those doorways. The only problem with this is your hands are being used on the ladder, so you can't shoot back if anyone comes out. And when you come to the top, you are then exposed from the double door upstairs. Any defender worth their salt could potentially be peeking you exactly like this, and they could take your head clean off the second you come up the top of the ladder. Because of the elevation, it actually exposes you, and it's not really the best way to get up to this roof. So a good way to do it, instead of just sticking your head up like that and getting killed instantly, is actually going to the left of the main wall and the left of the ladder, and instead rappelling up it. By coming over here and rappelling up to this section, go all the way over to the left, you'll notice that as I get to the top, I A, have my gun still able to use if anyone comes out, and B, when I get to the very top, my head is not showing at all. I'm not exposed, and I'm relatively safe in the grand scheme of things and can pop my head up wherever I want to, rather than the obvious spot like this. So hopefully that'll help you out a little bit when you spawn here. Now, because we're up here, there's not a massive amount you can do. I'm going to go ahead and show you a tip 1.5, I'm going to call it, because it's sort of built in with this. A lot of people jump down to this roof section and then up onto the next section they have to rappel up. So a good way to get around that, this is probably common knowledge and a lot of people will probably know it. If you vault up onto this wall, as you sprint over here, aim down slightly and spam the spacebar and you will get a vault prompt. It's really good for saving time. I mean, it's not an incredible tip, but it can be pretty handy for saving time. Just make sure you don't fall off the roof. But as I said, line yourself up, aim down very slightly, and the vault prompt will show up. It's just a case then of spamming the spacebar or, you know, your vault button. I think it's A on consoles, and you're up on the roof. For tip number 2, we're going to head on over to Consulate. Now, if you've seen Coconut Bra's recent video about capitao's firebolts going through single bullet holes, around about the 3rd of September, in fact, let me look at this. Yeah, 3rd of September, a guy called GProCaro actually shared this on my Discord, showcasing that you can not only do it with capitao's firebolts, but you can do it with ash breaching rounds, you can do it with Zofia rounds. There are plenty of uses for this, so massive shout out to him for dropping this in the Discord. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and showcase a few ways in which you can actually utilise it. So on Consulate, as you can see, Bandit is doing this wall here. With Maverick, there's not a massive need to do this anymore, but what you can do is if you don't have a Maverick and you do have a Zofia, you can go 2 floors above and you can take it out completely safe, or a lot safer than having to stick your head in. As you can see, I've taken out both of the Bandit batteries just by aiming at this section of the floor here and putting a couple of bullet holes into it. Really cheeky. Over on Skyscraper, you can utilise ash on the external wall on the west side to take out the single wall that looks into Geisha. If anyone is bandit tricking that and you don't happen to have a Maverick, I'll just jump in here so you can see it. It takes out that section there without even entering the building, just from a single bullet hole, which is just crazy. Anyone that's sat over here is going to have a really bad day. It's going to take any bandit batteries out, and it's just going to scare the hell out of them because they're going to think that you're below and you're not. Now, single bullet holes don't just have to be utilised for gadgets. You can also take people out through them. Now, as you can see, I can see Dom clear as day. He is so blatantly obvious as to where he is. And this is funneling people as they come through the top of the white stairs on Consulate. Now, I'll swap with him here and I'll go to the other side. This is the projector meeting room, obviously. These white stairs, as you push up to the top of them, you'll see Dennis is just about to have a really bad day. Now, I'm going to go up there and have a look. You cannot see that bullet hole, or not very clearly anyway. If you're in the heat of a moment and you're trying to push into the room, it's very unlikely you're going to see any defenders there. So, this is definitely worth utilising, trying out different spots and different locations to see if you can find other long lines of sight. You can utilise it on the table in meeting room. You can use it to protect the balcony. There's all sorts. One of the best ways to do it, though, as Coconut Brass suggested, is capitao. Now, he showed a specific one onto the little cupboard in lockers. But that's not all you can use it for. The single wall, or the double wall, sorry, coming from security, you can put stuff through the doorway once the door is open. And if you're not opening the whole wall, it's unlikely that you're going to get returned fire. The people aren't going to be shooting back at you if they don't know where it's coming from. So firing off a couple of fire arrows into anyone that's hiding behind this half wall is going to really ruin their day. Or alternatively, you can go ahead and use it on longer lines of sight, kind of like this one here, where if you're pushing onto the security room, you put a single bullet in there, and all the way to the back, anyone that's hiding behind the fridge is going to get absolutely wasted. And obviously not from the smoke grenade, but if you were using a firebolt, you get the idea. The possibilities really are endless with this. Any long line of sight, you can use it, and it's going to be really effective. The return fire is not going to happen. So go ahead, give this a try, see how it works out for you. But I would recommend utilising an ACOG if you're going to do it. Tip number 3 is going to take us over to Clubhouse. This was shown to me on Discord again by a guy called Miko, or Maiko. I can apologise if I'm getting that wrong. This hatch is actually really difficult to look through into the logistics office, especially to that area down there. You can get shot up from different areas. So by jumping over onto this little ventilation duct, by just sprinting at it, you get a really nice line of sight. And it's an angle that people won't really expect to see you, because you shouldn't be there. There is a big blue metal fence there. So by running onto here at a certain angle, be careful, because if you do not get it right, you will fall off. It's kind of high risk, high reward. It may be useful for some people, though, certainly on when you're playing the night mode of the map, because you're going to be quite difficult to spot. There is a nice easy rotation as well by just turning to your left. You can easily rotate down to kitchen or stocks. But yeah, hopefully you can use this. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider hitting that thumbs up. If you don't already, make sure to subscribe. You can come across and check me out on Twitch. I live stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. I just wanted to say a very quick, huge thank you to everyone that has stopped by my live stream. We managed to hit the #1 most viewed live stream of Rainbow Six the other night. We were the highest one on the browse feature, and I just couldn't believe that we got that high up. So that is incredible to me, and thank you so much for getting involved. If you've got any tips yourself, please chuck them in my Discord or write them down below. Just send them over my way and I'll be sure to include them in a video. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay reckless and relentless.